Hello and welcome to the Ciutat de València stadium. We're in match week 2 of the La Liga season. Barca take on Levante away from home as the champions of the Spanish top flight visit the champions of the second division. This is the first time in 3 years that these two sides face each other, as Levante are indeed now back in La Liga for the first time in 4 seasons. This fixture, in recent history at least, has produced plenty of goals, and certainly at this ground too, it's often been a goal fest. No one, though, scored more than Hansi Flick's team in Europe's top 5 leagues last campaign. So on a hot night in August here, it should be a fascinating game. It's just match week 2 in the league season. Barca started in perfect fashion last time out against Mallorca with a very comfortable 3-0 win. They were 2 men up, in fact, at half-time already in that one, as they were 2 goals to Levante. Well, they didn't have so much luck in match week 1. They fell to a narrow defeat in stoppage time to Alaves. But as the two players take to the field, everything is possible, and especially when he is on your team, El Comandante Morales, yet again at the age of 38, still leading the line for Levante. An absolute cult hero, a legend of La Liga. And this stadium that has seen some thrillers between these two sides over the years now prepares for yet another battle. Levante, champions of the second tier, now full of hope, full of pride, going into their first season back in the Spanish top flight in 4 seasons. They'll face the champions of the first division, Barcelona, in what should be a really intriguing clash. There are the two coaches, Hansi Flick and also Calero there, manager Julian Calero for Levante. He's got a story of his own for sure. And those fans, this place is absolutely rammed to the brim. Lots of expectation. Can Levante keep themselves in the top flight? That's the big question mark over them this year. This is the line that they set up with then for match week 2 in the season. There's only one change, in fact, from the team that narrowly lost away to Alaves in stoppage time. Doesn't come in the back line, which stays the same. It does, however, come up front as José Luis Morales comes in ahead of Víctor García. Other than that, unchanged. They again set up in a back 5 to Levante. Didn't really use that last season in getting promotion, but so far in La Liga, that's what the coach has elected to go with. Referee is Alejandro Hernández, who gives a good stare into the camera. In VAR, he's got Jorge Figueroa helping him out, as well as Adrián Cordero. Here's the Barca team then. If there was one change for Levante, there's 2 for Barcelona. Eric García keeps his spot at right back in an unchanged back 5. In midfield, the first change does come as Marc Casaló gets his first start of the season in place of Frenkie de Jong, and it's his first start for Barcelona for English winger Marcus Rashford. He comes in for Fermín López as Hansi Flick lines up with a very attacking Barcelona side. All of Lamine, Ferran, Rafinha and Rashford start at the Ciutat de València as Flick seemingly tries to open the gunpowder here. Not too far from home. Well, there are going to be a few acts before this game. First of all, there's going to be an honouring to Vicente Iborra. He's actually now assistant coach at Levante. He has retired over the summer. And there he is alongside his children. Speaking of legends in La Liga, he's certainly one of them. Played many times against Barcelona. And you can see the respect the Levante fans have for him. He's a great Sevilla too. I'm sure you'll all remember. And there he is. Thank you, captain, the message on the big screen for Vicente Iborra, who will indeed take a customary kickoff, we're told, ahead of this one too. And there he is alongside his 3 children. Nice image, nice sight that too. And the referee just telling him there you go, have a kick of the ball, and there you have it, Iborra down the line. Nice way for him to get a good send-off from his fans, no doubt about that. And a nice way to do it too, you'd feel, in a game against Barcelona, a game of such magnitude for Levante. Well, he will indeed be rewarded too with a special T-shirt, no doubt honouring the amount of appearances he's made for the club. Well, there is the final team talk for Levante. They'll know this is an almighty test for them. Julian Calero said before the game, we're not going to lay out the red carpet here for Barcelona. We're not going to give them anything. Well, let's see how long Levante can stick to their plan for them. They played a lot of the game against Alaves without the ball and nearly came away with a 1-1 draw. Wasn't the case. And he, Marcus Rashford, will no doubt be looking to break the deadlock today and get his first goal in Barca colours. Before that, though, we will indeed have a minute of silence in honour and in respect of any Levante members who lost their lives last year. Beautifully observed that. President Joan Laporta in attendance for this one then. He's made the trip with the Barca expedition. He led the expedition, in fact, this morning. As it looks as though Barcelona are going to have kickoff here in just their second game of the season. The champions looking to defend their crown. Big start for him, Marc Castelló, very much in favour this time last season when Frenkie de Jong returned from injury. Well, it was the Dutchman who took the spot for the remainder of the campaign. And he is now back in the lineup, Castelló. Big game for him. Massive game, you feel, for the Levante midfielders. There's one of them, Oriol Rey. And Pau Cubarsí alongside his new partner at the back, Ronald Araujo this season. No Inigo Martinez for Barca. There is captain Pablo Martinez for Levante. Ferran Torres gets us underway then at the Ciutat de València. Barcelona kicking from right to left to kick-start this first half. There's lots of water on the pitch already. You can see it there as I think it was Tolian was backtracking to try and keep Rashford in check, and well, that may well be something to keep an eye out for as this one progresses. Certainly in the half that Barcelona are attacking, looks as though there's been a lot of water that stayed on the pitch. Not sure if that's from the sprinklers. I don't think there's been much rain today, so this pitch heavily watered then. Whether that helps or hinders Barcelona, we'll have to wait and see. But you can already see it there having an effect on the passing. Now, as it were, Barcelona in that green luminous strip that they used last season as their third kit for this clash, as they were against Mallorca on match week 1. Well, this is going to be a completely different proposition, isn't it, for Hansi Flick's team. Match week 1 was a very good victory, a 3-0 win away to Mallorca, who are a difficult side to play against. It's a difficult place to go, no doubt about that. But they were a goal up so early, then 2 up so early, in quite bizarre circumstances with that Ferran Torres wonder goal, if you like. And then the sending off, or the 2 sending offs for Mallorca completely changed the game, and well, there just wasn't that intensity that a normal league game would have in the second half. There's no real getting away from that. Levante early on here, though, trying to break the Barcelona high line, and they've done just that, breaking in behind. You can see it pinned on halfway, couldn't you? Still a chance, set back now. Pablo Martinez, this is Jose Luis Morales, and there you have it, first time within the first 90 seconds. Barcelona's high line comes off. It's something they're still employing this season, as you can see, and there you have it, bang on the halfway. It's a risky strategy, but it certainly bears fruit at times. It was Brugué who was caught off guard. Joint top scorer, mind you, last season in the Segunda alongside Morales. Both of those two had 11 goals each. Oh, glorious that from Lamine Yamal. First touches for Barcelona's number 10 so far this evening. That was outrageous from him. And the give and go not quite on there from Ferran. Rafinha was offside. Eric Garcia wasn't. This is Castelló again. Oh, just saw it there. Lamine took 2 players up the game effortlessly. This is Rashford. Big minutes for him on the left-hand side too. Flick said he's been impressed with him in training, and that he feels like he's going to give a lot this season to the team. Well, this is a big chance for him. He came on for the last half an hour against Mallorca, but it was a different game, really, wasn't it? Barcelona weren't really playing at the normal intensity of a league clash, and that will be the case today, no doubt. As Barca, remember, playing their first 3 games of the season away from home. They'll be playing away to Rayo next weekend. That's on Sunday night, also at this time, 9:30 Spanish time. And to get 9 points out of 9 to start would be very impressive indeed, and exactly what the doctor ordered. That's the objective number 1, really, for Hansi Flick's team this season then. This is Eric Garcia. Now Lamine Yamal again. Whistles from the Levante supporters as Barcelona are making inroads. Lamine Yamal didn't really get his shot right, although it has been deflected out, I think, for a corner. I think that's what the referee's given. Have another look again here. Yeah, it did take a touch, no doubt about that. I'm not really sure it changed where the ball was going all too much, but certainly took a nick, and it should be a Barca corner. And indeed it is for Marcus Rashford to take. The Englishman, as he was in pre-season, and as he was when he came off against Mallorca on set-piece duties on this near side for Barca. So in goes the first corner of the game by Rashford. Heads go up, cleared at the front post. Back then to the number 14. Rashford takes his man down the line. Still Marcus Rashford for Barcelona. That's a good save in the near post too. And Pablo Campos, who had to be sharp there. Inventive that from Rashford, wasn't it? That's what he's good at. That's what the Barca board and coaching staff and sporting team have signed him for. Drove down Bruguer there, and instead of pulling back, went for goal. It was always going to be a tight angle, you feel, and Campos certainly had it covered. Nevertheless, a good stop by the Levante shot stopper. This is Rashford again for Barcelona. Marcus Rashford. Now Rafinha takes a touch, steadies himself, shoots, and it's over the top of the bar. Well, I must say, early on, you can really see just how wet that pitch is. It's playing a part almost in every action. Well, there is Julian Calero. Not too happy with how his team have started. It's a great story, though. He really is. He was an amateur footballer, never made it as a professional, but he worked as a police officer before becoming a manager. And he's had some quite bleak stories, if you like. He was there at the bomb attack in Madrid in 2004, saved lives on the scene, and has harrowing memories of that day. Also heavily affected by the Dana floods almost this time last year. Certainly spoken very well in the past about his experiences and near-death experiences of that in the police force, and they are certainly moving stories. Now as manager of Levante, he's had some rise, by the way, to get to this position, up the ranks in Spanish second-tier football. He was at Cartagena before he joined Levante. Within 1 season, won them the title, and now given the chance as a first division manager. It is some story, thrilling one of that. It's good from Casado, wasn't it? Got himself in there, and, well, I think quite unfortunate to concede the free kick, I must say. That was good strength, in my opinion, from Marc Casado. And that's what he's in the team to do. Hansi Flick was adamant that he wants him in his team this upcoming campaign, and, well, he hands him an important start here. Him and Pedri, in fact, made such a good combination for so many months last season. Nice to see them back together yet again today. And we can't forget De Jong did miss training in the morning just a few days ago, so maybe that's where Casado's chance has come from. This is Araujo. Now Rafinha. Inside to Pedri. We're expecting Rafinha to play in that number 10 role. You can just see him there, though. That's drifting right next to Lamine Yamal almost, who has the ball yet again. Lamine waits for his options, picks out Balde. Good start this from Barcelona. They've been intent in the opening 6 or 7 minutes. Now Rashford for Barca. Rashford back to Casado. Thought about crossing in, does cross in. It wasn't a bad ball either, as Eric Garcia was running in there. Well, maybe a quick word on Eric Garcia. I don't think anyone expected him to start the opening 2 games in the league season. That's a credit to him. Such good competition in the squad, and Jules Koundé, who only just renewed his contract with the club until 2031, not in the team for the opening 2 fixtures. He did come off the bench against Mallorca, but Flick has elected to go for Eric Garcia. Well, he didn't like a lot of what he saw against Mallorca, did Hansi Flick? He was quite critical of his team and said, we can't play at that sort of intensity. So far, you feel like these Barcelona players have responded well to that criticism from Flick. Well, that's a good ball in behind. This is Morales. He sticks it away. And surely the flag will go up. Surely it will go up, yeah. I mean, Morales must have known himself he was offside. He began kissing the badge behind the goal and celebrating. From where I'm sitting here, look well off to me. We'll have another look at here. It's an absolute mile offside, Morales. I must say, it's one thing to stick it away, and credit to him for sticking it away. I'm not quite sure why he went off celebrating as if he didn't know he was offside. Anyway, a bizarre situation is covered up as it remains 0-0. Good start too for Joan Garcia, the Barcelona keeper, in net last night. He didn't have much to do against Mallorca, it must be said. Did get a good whack to his head, didn't he, though, with Muriqi got sent off. Rashford has started very well here down the left-hand side for Barca. Still Marcus Rashford, weaving feet here, and still Rashford. Levante struggling to deal with him. This is Balde, and eventually those red and blue shirts hack it clear. Well, those first few involvements from him would have done him the world of good. Look at that, bang, through the legs of Bruguet. No worry whatsoever, he's taken him on a few times now, and to very good effect. This is Rafinha now. Waiting for his options, goes back to Eric Garcia, now Lamine Yamal. Still Lamine, threatens his fullback, he's got Manuel Sanchez and all sorts of a knot here. This is still Lamine. Well, Levante struggling so far defensively, and now Eric Garcia provokes a corner. Those Barcelona fans in that top right corner enjoying the start from the Catalans here on a Valencian soil. Well, Manuel Sanchez there, ex-Atletico Madrid fullback, just signed this summer. Well, he was beaten all ends up there, wasn't he, by Lamine Yamal, who has started this season as he means to go on. A glorious assist and goal at Son Mosh last time out. Nearly 10 minutes played here, and Barca have started brightly. Corner is delivered by Rafinha. It's gone to the back post where Araujo was lurking. And now the breakaway for Levante. It's a good breakaway too. It's the captain, Pablo Martinez, who's come up to halfway. Now Dolian strikes the ball in behind. It's going to go all the way through, though, to Joan Garcia, who gratefully gobbles that one up. And Barcelona survive that brief scare. I've got the feeling, don't you, that after that criticism dished out by Hansi Flick, it would have been a bit of a wake-up call for Barca, who maybe some of those players would have been thinking, well, we won 3-0, there's not really anything to complain about, but always good to see Flick keep the standards so very high. Balde now. Again, it's Rashford threatening in behind. Bruguet's come back to help as much as he can alongside Toylan. They're basically doubling up on Rashford right now. Very much working well, his inclusion so far tonight, though, the Englishman. This is Eric Garcia now for Barca. Rafinha, I'm not sure he knew that was coming. Cazador, unsure too. Cubarsí just flicks that one upfield. Well, deep run this by Morales, he was offside again. And he can complain all he likes, but he was off. Gave a little look to the linesman there, didn't he, as if to say, oh, was I? He certainly was. Eric Garcia now. This is Lamine Yamal. Eric, good atmosphere inside the stadium, it must be said so far. And it's been a good 11.5 minutes of football. Not much for the home side going forward, it must be said, but Barca have been threatening. Flick will have hammered home to his players how important it is to keep winning, especially at this stage of the season. That ball in by Rashford is rather harmless. Can't let points drop, not early on in the season, if you want to be champions. And they started really well last time out in the league. Won 7 out of 7 in the opening 7 games, did Hansi Flick's team, before losing away to Osasuna at Pamplona. That's some goal kick that they very nearly threatened them behind. Cubarsí dealt with it comfortably. Now playing as the left centre-back is Cubarsí. That is where he sort of came through at Barca in the first team, it must be said. He's next to Araujo again. Lamine dishes that down the line for Eric Garcia. Nice, this. Rafinha in space. Levante didn't track him. Rafinha for Barcelona still. And this is Alejandro Balde, deflection, and just wide of the post. Well, very nearly the opening goal there, and it nearly came through Barca's left back. Well, Barca are finding spaces where they shouldn't really find spaces from a Levante point of view. All too easy, you'd have to say. Rafinha there, not sure why no one was tracking him, and it must be said that deflection there could have ended up anywhere. Goalkeeper scrambling just past the far post, or the near post, I should say. Now another corner for Barca. In by Rashford. The flick on by Ferran was more of a flick out than on. Araujo certainly is a presence in the box. I feel like right now Levante will probably want some respite. What's been quite a difficult opening 13 minutes for them. This is Pedri now. That's an inventive ball over the top. Not a bad one either. Just didn't have the angle on it for Rashford, who was rushing in there now to get back to his post. Oh, risky ball out, but well dealt with by Pablo Martinez. Very comfortable midfield player. This is Manuel Sanchez now. Look how high the Barca line is. Very good defending by Eddie Garcia. Really good. Sharp from him. That must be said, ever since Flick's come in, he's been absolutely excellent, Eddie Garcia. And in fact, you probably count his season out on loan at Girona too. He was superb there. I don't think anyone really expected him to flourish as a right-back, though, for Barcelona. It's sort of the new, modern right-back, isn't it? Centre-back turn right-back. It works ever so well in possession. It's not exactly as if he makes up a back three, though, is it, really? He still goes wide, Eddie Garcia, and gets on the right-hand flank alongside Lamine Yamal. This is Balde, who's probably come closest, actually, for Barcelona in the opening 14 minutes here to breaking the deadlock. Now Cubarsí. Well, Lamine tried to take on Manuel Sanchez there, didn't really come off. And he's away here. This is danger for Barcelona. Manuel Sanchez now away on the left-hand side. Ball to the back post is good too. This is Jeremy Tolian, and a big chance in the middle here. Oh, should be the opening goal. That is. Really, really good finish, that too, by Isaac Romero. And it is Levante, after the Barcelona chances, who break the deadlock. It's the number 9, Ivan Romero, who breaks the deadlock. Joan Garcia is beaten. And the home side strike first at the Ciutat de València. Well, there's the danger of the high line, really, for Barca. Boy, were they caught out there. Nice little interchange down the left-hand side. Manuel Sanchez got away. He's had a lot of defending to do so far. And when he got away, he produced a really nice ball to the back post, it must be said. It's well onside. There's the danger of the high line. He thought here maybe Barca were back in position. Ball was really good, though. Barca's midfield players don't really get back in quick enough, do they? And you must be said, Ivan Romero there, massive credit to him. Took it really well. Just delayed. Look, he had enough pause here to take it onto his right foot and slide into the far corner. No real chance of Barca's goalkeeper. From that close range, there was only ever going to be one result. And there you have it. That reaction there from Julian Carrero, I think, tells you all. Dream start for Levante, who within 16 minutes are 1-0 up against the league champions. So now then Barca are going to have to come from behind if they are to win this one. They've conceded their first goal of the season. Certainly defensively last season they were caught out on quite a few occasions, but it was the team's mettle, grit, determination to come back in games and the creative spot they had, and well, just how ruthless they were in the final third, that really won them 3 titles in the end. They have shown promise so far on this one, though, so Hansi Flick will be hoping for a fierce response from his team early on. What you would say is that the way Barcelona played under Hansi Flick last season and the results they picked up mean that certainly there'll be plenty of optimistic players in the team thinking, we've been here before, we can come back from this. Not all is lost, although Barcelona now really must focus to get this right. This is Pedri. Lamine Yamal. Get the feeling he might have a part to play in Barcelona's comeback launch. Nice ball up by Eddie Garcia. Finds Ferran Torres in the channel. Ferran looking for Rashford. Who's it fall to? It falls to a red and blue shirt. Well, you'd imagine this will be pretty much the pattern of the game from now on. Attack versus defence. Levante trying to hold on and really trying to carve out counter-attack opportunities as they did for their opening goal. That's nice from Lamine though, into Casado. Tried to shuffle it through to Ferran and unable to do so there. Just hacked up field. Levante will take that now. Well, they'll be delighted. They worked it really well as well, must be said. It's gone for the wing-backs this season, has Calero, and it's working well. Manuel Sanchez there linking up with Dolian. The scorer last week actually was Jeremy Dolian. I'll say the way they worked it was very slick indeed. Just saw Hansi Flick there, a little bit exasperated on the touchline a few moments ago. This is Rashford now. Back to Araujo. Barca are going to have to be patient now, even more so than they had to be when it was 0-0. Manuel Sanchez is, well, he's got a big task ahead of him, doesn't he, on Lamine Yamal? He's stuck to the task so far. Don't feel as though Lamine truly gets fazed by many fullbacks, though. He'll feel that at least once he'll get the better of them, and once he does, well, then you're in trouble. This is Balde now. Him and Rashford probably come closest to Barca, haven't they? They're the ones who've created the most danger. Now Lamine, Manuel Sanchez again there, stuck to his task, did it well. You can see those Levante supporters loving this so far. And why wouldn't they? Back in the first division, they so cruelly missed out, didn't they? Just over a year ago in returning to the Spanish top flight. 120th minute penalty by Libre. That knocked them out of the return to the first division. Now they are back, and they're back as league champions. Cubarsí, this is Balde. Pedri. Now Eddie Garcia. Lamine Yamal in space. Good ball into Ferran Torres is in there. And he ought to have done better with that. Just a flick and it would have been the equalizer for Barca. Those balls from Lamine, they're so dangerous. Tantalising for the goalkeeper. Just an arm on Ferran's shoulder there, maybe hindered him. Oh, this could be interesting. Joan Garcia's going to have to stick that one out. Thought maybe the offside flag would come. It has indeed. It's going to be play on for Barcelona. And that's how Barca scored their opener against Mallorca, isn't it? That ball over the top from Lamine, finding Rafinha. Oh, dearie me, watch out here. Rafinha's going to be penalised, is he? Free kick to Levante. Is there any more? On the goal scorer, Ivan Romero. I mean, there's very little in that, it must be said. I'm really not sure it warrants going down, but such is the way. Anything they can get, they'll take. That one hoofed upfield. Castle, a little bit of a loose touch there. He's done well to hold on to the ball, though he was fouled, in fact, on the 17 for Barca. Well, patience certainly was key last season for Barca, so they found themselves in this position on many, many occasions, and, well, remarkable how many times they managed to come back from it to win vital points. It truly was. This is Cubarsí now. Wide for Balde. Now Rashford. Very energetic so far. He's been really positive too, Rashford. Taking on his men down the line. Rashford. Oh, just behind Pedri, and watch out here. Araujo, very good in those situations. Sweeps things up. Pedri now. Ferran made the run upfield. Reminder, Robert Lewandowski back in the squad today. He's recovered from his hamstring injury, so he is available for selection from the second half. That's a nice touch from Rafinha and just about scooped clear. Barca have got very capable 4 attackers on the pitch for now, though, it must be said. And Ferran Torres already started off this campaign as he ended the last with yet another goal. Kouarsi. Now Araujo. Eric Garcia. Levante are certainly well drawn at the moment. They've got that back 5 and they've got 4 in front of them too. It's 9 men in a line, really. The Barca have got to try and break down. This is Cazador. Pedri. Switches on to Eric Garcia. It's very patient, this from Barcelona. Now Lamine Yamal. Look at the space for Pedri. Lamine delays. Rafinha's dropped ever so deep here. It's Barca's Canarian magician again, Pedri. Space now appears for Lamine Yamal. This is Lamine for Barcelona, deflection over and behind for a corner. That's what Barcelona need to do, though. They need to tire the Levante backline out, don't they? Build slowly from the back. And they built their way into a really good position there, and they found the man they wanted to also in Lamine. Didn't quite come off with a finish, though. This is Rafinha now. Lamine again, in by Lamine, headed clear at the front post. Pedri. Rashford now has appeared on the right-hand side for Barcelona. Rafinha, much width on the left now. Balde's going to try and provide that. Pedri. Rafinha, now Ferran. Oh, slickness from Barcelona. This is Lamine. Another fine block. Denies that shot-headed goalwards. Starting to find some spaces, though, aren't they, Barca, in the Levante 18-yard box. Usually coming through Pedri, who's just sliding the ball through to Lamine. And Barca have so many bodies over there. When they all congregate like that, it's difficult, really, for Levante to trap them all. This is Rashford now. Araujo. Balde. Patience continues. Cazador now back over towards Balde. He's going to pluck out the sky, is he? Yep, good from the Barca left back. This is Rashford. Now Pedri. In go the bodies. And yeah, Pedri tried to fire that one through towards Rafinha. Just a bit too narrow, the ball, wasn't it, though? Too straight, really needed more curve on it. Well, this is not an easy ground for Barca to come and visit. It must be said, they've actually only won 2 of their previous 6 visits to this stadium. They've lost 3 of those. Drawn the other. Remember the 5-4 defeat in the 2017-18 season? That took Barcelona's invincible campaign away from them on match day 37. There have been some really tough draws here too, if memory serves me right. Can Barca break away here, though? One of the first times in the game that Levante had committed bodies forward. And just overhit by Rafinha as Ferran Torres was running through. I just wonder whether he should have gone to Rashford first, and then Barca could have built from there. That's risky from Manuel Sanchez on the stretch there, though. Eric Garcia now, Ferran, got caught under his feet. Good from Cazador, wins it back to Pedri now. Good from the Catalan midfielder. Pedri. Rafinha, nice touch. Ferran now, better from Barcelona. This is Marcus Rashford. Can he get a shot away? Instead finds Balde, men in the middle, and one of them was Ferran. He got a touch on the way through, and easy in the end for Pablo Campos in goal. Those Barcelona supporters eagerly awaiting the equalizer. Good build-up, really good build-up. Pullback was good too, it must be said. Played it perfectly, Barcelona. It's just good defending. Didn't really allow Ferran to get the contact on it that he would have desired. Kouarsi's let that bounce, which is always dangerous, but he's dealt with it well. But 18-year-old. Now Casado. Rafinha. Balde. This is Pedri now. Rafinha, you can see him there in that central area. He's appearing more on the right-hand side for Barca, creating superiorities. Hansi Flick went with that more attacking lineup today. Now that Barca are a goal down, it might well come off that indeed. Rashford. Now Balde. I'd love to see the possession stats now. It feels like Levante haven't touched it since their goal. All that matters is the scoreboard, though. Nice again from Barca, starting to tap it around neatly in the final third, but it's all very congested in there. Not much room whatsoever. Pedri. The space Rafinha, and that's who Barca should try and find. Delayed it a bit too much there, Pedri, though. Eric Garcia now. Lamine. Back to Eric Garcia. Kouarsi. Oh, nice from Kouarsi. Tried to find Rashford in the channel, and he was very nearly away. Good defending, though, it must be said. I think it was Dela who got in the way. This is a fine breakaway by Brugué. No foul given. Morales trying to get on the end of the loose ball. Easily mopped up from a Barcelona perspective. Araujo. Don't think this was enough for a foul, in all truth. Yeah, it's not enough, really, that. Lamine Yamal. Still Lamine. Back to Eric Garcia. Over Ferran, in towards Rashford, steered away to as far as Balde. Balde on his right foot, nearly found its way through to Rafinha. Casado with a bump. And it's going to go all the way through once more to Pablo Campos in goal. It's another long ball upfield, and this time it's come off for Levante. It's Jose Luis Morales who's in behind Morales, and he just couldn't get his shot away. Well, tracked by Casado. No flag, mind you, that would have counted. They have got pace in behind, Brugué and Morales. Very quick indeed, and with Ivan Romero up there too, they're causing danger. Now on the other end, more danger for Barca. Rafinha. Balde. Just got to be so intricate, so patient, Barcelona. Look at the bodies around the 18-yard box. Ferran's got to get in there. Maybe could be a game for Lewandowski to nick a goal. This is Balde. Pedri. Taken off his toes. And Brugué can come away with it here. And Tolian well left out for a throw-in. Well, we're going to have a cooling break here. Very hot still, as we are still coming towards the end of August. Well, Levante fans cheering their team over to the touchline. As you'd expect, they've got through an awful shift here in keeping Barcelona out. And of course, they've got themselves the opening goal too. They have the lead in this one. Historic lead for them in their first season back in the top flight for 4 seasons. There's Joan Laporta. He'll very much be hoping that his team's fortunes change in the second half. Had a smile on his face, so clearly he's trusting in this side. As we said, Barcelona, they've been in this position many times. All of the coaching staff there will be trying to get as much information over to the players as they can in this period. It's very much a tactical chat, isn't it, as much as a cooling break now. Manuel Sanchez has done ever so well so far at left wing back in dealing with Lamine, and also attacking down the other end. And this was the opening goal, really well taken, it must be said, and a brilliant finish into the corner. Ivan Romero. Kouarsi encouraging his team. Frustrating 31 minutes so far for Barcelona, though, hasn't it? Just so many Levante bodies in and around the penalty area. The last thing you want to do is concede the first goal away to a side like this who you know are going to play so long without the ball. They're just going to bank up. You can see there, though, Calero there is encouraging his team valiantly to keep fighting. Levante now, they'll say, if we can get to half-time, we'll be in a great spot. Barca, you get the feeling, will want to put the first dent in Levante's confidence by getting that goal before the interval. The longer it goes on at 1-0, the more belief Levante will build. They can see this out, but Barcelona, they'll have confidence in themselves, won't they? Bad ball over the top there. Joan Garcia had decided that was his quite a while ago. That looked well offside to me. Yeah, the referee's not even going to let that play on, and rightly so. But Huguet had gone very far. Rice smile again. It was well off though. I think maybe was it. I don't know what they're complaining about, but we've had 4 offsides now, and pretty much all of them were very clear. Ferran. Now Casado. This is Balde. He's linked up well with Rashford, but still no goal for Barcelona. Must be said, before the Levante opener, it's a matter of time before Barcelona were going to grab their first. Really inventive with a lot of intensity in their play, but such is the Spanish top flight, you can never predict what comes next. Pedri, Cubarsí, shuffled wide here for Rashford. Cubarsí, nice ball that. Finds Balde, shuffled wide here for Rashford. So many bodies around him, lays it off to Pedri. Felt as though he was fouled. Play on, says the referee. This is Rashford again. Now Pedri for Barcelona. Oh, glorious footwork. Pedri. Low drive straight down the throat of Pablo Campos. Just needed to find the corner there. Fooled about 3 players there, did the Canarian, as he got his shot away straight at the goalkeeper. So frustrations continue then for Barca. There you have it. Only 1 shot on target for Levante, and they scored from it, as is so often the way. That was ever so risky from Balde. Rafinha's going to take charge of this. Here he comes then, down the right-hand side. Rafinha. Now Lamine. Manuel Sanchez again, stood up very well indeed. Eddie Garcia now, ball in. Touch on the way through. And cleared to safety in the end by, it was Della at the far side. Him, Cabello and Elguezabal have made a good partnership, or a trio I should say, at the heart of Levante's defence so far. This is Ferran. Now Rafinha, good touch from the Brazilian. Pedri, and this is Ferran Torres! And he's hit the crossbar. Well, remarkably, Barcelona haven't got their equaliser. Should have scored Ferran Torres, he really should have. He'll be disappointed with himself. Glorious, glorious opening. And he's crashed it off the crossbar. Look how patient and calm Pedri was here. He just needs to pass it into the corner. I don't think he needs to get that much power on it. Yeah, technique wasn't great, he got under it. Shanked it onto the crossbar. Flick's frustration there, can't believe it. I don't think Ferran can either. Man of his scoring form. Well, that's what Barcelona will be looking for. Those intricate passes in and around the penalty area. They'll want to get as many of those little opportunities as they physically can. Lewandowski will be thinking, I would have liked that chance. No, player Ferran's quality has been so good for Barcelona under Hansi Flick. I think we all expected the net to bulge, it must be said. It should have been the equaliser. As I say, just wanted to roll it, or needed to roll it, either in the near or far corner. He really did, Ferran. So harsh, that handball on Casado. Sliding down, he can do nothing about it. Almost better to stop it now, though, and instead of having to rule the goal out if it did end up in a goal through VAR. Switch was really good to Tolian. Again, the right fullback here, bursting forward. He's got his feet in the muddle, though. You still seal that water on the pitch, can't you? This is Balde now. Well, one back from a Levante point of view. Well, it's been frustrating for Barcelona, but you can see they're building. You can certainly see where the goals are going to come from. That chance for Ferran, by far and away the closest Barca have come. Yeah, quite remarkable that it didn't go in, it must be said. Just wonder whether he almost had too much time, Ferran. He had so much time to steady himself and think about where he was going to put it, and in the end, sort of forgotten about the technique, you feel. Rashford now. Cubarsí. This is Pedri. That's a foul on him, no doubt about that. Referee says play on. Cubarsí's asking where on earth the advantage was. We've been played into our own corner flag, and he's got a fair point too. This is Casado now. Balde. Rashford. Levante supporters behind that goal doing all they can to encourage their team. The Barcelona fans doing the same thing. Lamine now, Eric, Lamine, glorious from him. Lamine Yamal. Oh, and he didn't get his shot right. Scuffed it on the way through. Nice touch this into space, really clever. Again, not really getting the contact on the ball they want, really, the Barca players. And in fact, I think you can say that for almost every chance the Catalans have had so far. Cubarsí there, late on Ivan Romero's not happy about it at all. Free kick to Levante. Frustration more than anything, that from Cubarsí, you feel. Really nicely plucked out of the sky, it must be said, from the goal scorer tonight. So then defending from a set piece for Barcelona to do. There they are in their green shirts, and Araujo encouraging them to stay focused. Set piece, I think, is going to be taken by the captain, Pablo Martinez, so watch out here. Might be a quick routine, and Morales wanted it to be quick. In it goes. It's a good ball. Great ball! Oh, and it should really have been 2-0. I'm not sure the flag would have come up there. That was a glorious little dink into the box by Pablo Martinez. Oh, he's tight. He may have just been offside. It's a good attempt, that must be said. What a chance. I think it was El Guezabal, wasn't it, who got in between. Oh. Well, that, apart from the goal, that's the closest Levante have come, no doubt about that. And that would have been a tight call on VAR too, whether it would have been onside or offside. This is Rashford again. Now Balde. Marc Casado. Cubarsí. Lamine Yamal. Just got a yard of space a moment ago, didn't he? He wants more of that in this game to get his shot away. Lamine now. Back to Cubarsí again. Oh, referee in the way. Back underway now. Lamine. Back to Marc Casado. This is Pedri. Araujo. Lamine Yamal. And Barcelona are going to have to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Well, so far, for the top scorers in Europe last season, still no goal. Pedri, Rafinha, this is Casado. Shuffled wide here for Rashford again, who's kept the width nicely so far. Rashford, well defended again, it must be said. Got so many bodies in the box, it's so hard to pick out a Barcelona player. That's why when Barca get their chances, they just have to be clinical. That Ferran chance, really the closest Barca have come. Balde now, good strength from him. Levante ball. He's got to be careful, Balde doesn't want to get booked. And he is going to be booked. Battered the ball down in frustration, didn't he? He was adamant it was a Barca ball. This will tell us. He may have a case, to be fair. It looked like a Levante ball maybe in live time. That's always going to be it. Get yourself a yellow card, though. Tackle. Good tackle by Casado. It's so tight and congested in there, though, for Barcelona. Now, Casado again. Pedri. Rafinha makes a darting run in behind. Shuffled wide instead to Balde. Rashford. Just a minute to play then before the half-time whistle. Let's see how much is added on. Of course, we had the water break. Eric Garcia. This is Rafinha. Eric. Couldn't even get his ball over the top there. Morales stopped it. Well, Levante must be tiring, but they'll be buoyed by the fact that they haven't conceded yet. Rafinha. Look at the space for Casado. Balde now. Good ball to the back post. Rafinha's in! Oh, and I thought the ball was in too. Just wide of the far post. Looked as though the Brazilian had done it again for Barca. He scored a header on match week 1. So nearly did so again here on match week 2. It's not far away. Well, he had Campos scrambling, that's for sure. It's just wide of that far post in the end, isn't it? Good cross from Balde, though, and that's what Barca want when they got the ball wide. Get as many men in the box as you can. That's really the key against a side who themselves populate the area so densely. 3 additional minutes, by the way. We've already played 30 seconds of those. Rafinha. Let's go early towards Rashford. Comfortably brought away here by Della, though. And look at the switch. Oh, boy, was the switch on. Got his pass all wrong, though. That should be a booking, really. Not a great challenge whatsoever from behind on Ferran. Don't think he's going to give it to the referee. Rather remarkable. That's a yellow. It's a clear yellow. It's a ridiculous challenge. I can't believe he's not given that. Hansi Flick watching on. Got the feeling he'll have plenty to say at half-time. Rafinha then over this set piece for Barca. Not happy with how close Morales was to the free kick. In then by Rafinha. Head scrub, Araujo I think closest to it for Barcelona. Another breakaway, but Balde was all the way back there. As is Rafinha. Pedri. Nice switch from Pedri. Brilliantly taken down by Lamine. Oh, referee's given it just outside the area. And a booking too for Pablo Martinez. Risky, very risky challenge from there. It must be said, he saw Lamine getting away, went to ground. I wonder whether he got a good chunk of the ball. This will tell us. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? The touch out of the sky. It's certainly outside the area. Does Lamine get a touch on that first? Either way, the final kick of the half, and this is a very threatening position indeed for Barcelona. It would be a huge goal very early on in the La Liga season. It's going to be Rafinha to take the free kick. He's got bodies in there. So often the best way here is just put it in an area where any touch ends up in a goal. That's the key here for Rafinha. So then, last kick of the half, Rafinha for Barcelona. In it goes, punch clear. It falls to Lamine Yamal. Gets his touch all wrong. And now Levante can break away, and they can break away with numbers too. Oh, dearie me, it could be a disaster at the end of the half for Barcelona. It's Brugge, it's superb from Balde. Now Morales, and deflected over well. That could be a huge, huge moment in the game. When we look back at full time, how good was that from Balde? How good is he at doing just that? Got back in ever so well. Brilliant pass through. I think Ivan Romero made it. Brugge clean through. Recovery was superb. And then Morales, I get the feeling he should have squared that, I must say. He saw the glory though. El Comandante. And struck over. Well, a lot of appeals going on in the stadium right now. I'm not quite sure what for. I wonder if the referee's blown for half time. No, he hasn't. Well, referee is having a word here with his video assistant referee. Oh dearie me, it hits off Balde's hand, that. And that's what the Levante players and fans are saying. Well, was that tucked into his side? Well, this could go from bad to worse at the end of the first half for Barcelona here. Levante. It would be a very harsh award, I must say. Well, Alejandro Hernandez getting instructions in his ear. Let's see what the decision is. Oh, he's going to go and take a look at it, I think. Yeah, yes, he is. So Barcelona, who it looked as though we're going to go in 1-0 down, and had a free kick right outside the Levante penalty area to maybe equalise. Well, down the other end, they looked as though they survived, didn't they? Two great blocks from Balde. Looks as though one of them's hit his hand. Here you go. Shot from Morales. And in fact, you'd imagine it will indeed be Morales who will take this. Certainly hits his hand, doesn't it, off Balde? It's a very harsh award, I must say. There you have it, penalty. Penalty Levante, who now have a golden opportunity to double their lead before half-time. Well, it's a harsh, harsh penalty, I must say, because Balde's almost all his arm is tucked into his side. I'm not really sure what else you can do, but we know how things go with the handball, I suppose. Well, it's not going to be Morales who doesn't look like to take it. Or is it? Yes, it is. So Joan Garcia then is going to face his first penalty as the Barcelona goalkeeper. Can he become a hero early on to his Barcelona career? Can Morales get his first goal back in the first division? It's Morales versus Joan Garcia. And he scores. Comfortably so. And it's Levante who have a 2-goal lead against the league champions Barcelona. Plenty of work to do then in the second 45 minutes for Hansi Flick's team. Right now, things not going to plan. Levante 2, Barca 0. And it had to be him, didn't it? It just had to be him. 38 years old. And the half-time whistle blows. This was why it was given. I mean, look at Balde's hand there. It's tucked into his chest, really. It's tucked into his midriff. And Morales from the penalty spot. No mistake from him. Experienced as you like, cool as you like. Easily beats Juan Garcia. And he must be dreaming. Julian Calero. Dream opening 45 minutes for him. And Barcelona have it all to do. They're 2-0 down here, away to newly promoted Levante after 45 minutes. An almighty second half awaits here at the Ciutat de València. At half-time, it's Levante 2, Football Club Barcelona 0. So then, a mountain to climb for Barcelona in the second half at the Ciutat de València stadium, and Hansi Flick has seen enough at the interval. They're 2-0 down to newly promoted Levante, and the German coach has rung the changes. Gavi is on for Casado, and Rashford has been taken off for Dani Olmo. So 2 changes already then from the German coach, as Barca look to bite back at this rebellious Levante side, who've been very good in the first 45 minutes. They defended really well. Been very compact at the back, almost playing in the back 9 at times, and they've countered ever so well, as every top team should do when playing against Barcelona. And you must be said, Julian Calero so far, his game plan come off to perfection. For Barcelona and Lamine Yamal, they have it all to do in the second half if they are to get all 3 points tonight and make it 2 out of 2, 2 wins out of 2 to start the league season and their league title defence. There is Gavi. Feel like this is the big 45 minutes for him, don't you? Probably got a bit more to his game going forward, at least, than Casado, who is very good at breaking up play. And certainly Olmo, in a game like this, when there's so little spaces, him in the little half spaces is such a talented player. And a massive moment for him now in this one. And already, Levante threatening him behind. And they did that very well in the first 45 minutes. They really did. That's got to be a booking on Morales. And it is. The man who scored the penalty now goes into the referee's book. So then for Barcelona, 2-0 down against a newly promoted team. Not really what the doctor ordered, not really what anyone was expecting today, it must be said. But now they have it all to do. They came back on so many occasions last season. You get the feeling getting the first goal, absolutely imperative. They need to break the dam and then the floodgates can open. But as it were, it's Levante who are coming away with the first breakaway of this game, and it's going to go from wing-back to wing-back. It's Tolian now. And a lovely ball behind to Brugué, who's in behind. And Juan Garcia low down to his left-hand side. Stops that, getting past him off a deflection. Well, that was onside. And again, yet again, danger for Barcelona, running towards their own goal. Pedri now. First touches for Gavi. Just about got it through towards Rafinha. Well, very much you'd expect this to be the pattern of play, don't you? Levante unchanged, by the way, at the interval, and why would they change anything after what was an almost perfect 45 minutes for them? Olmo. Gavi. Lamine. You'd expect them, wouldn't you, Levante? Everyone behind the ball, and Barca trying all they can to break the dam. Eri Garcia, that's a good ball towards Ferran Torres, who broke the offside trap and wins a corner. First set-piece chance then for Barcelona of the second half. Rafinha's gone over to take it. Olmo. Back now to Rafinha. It's a good ball too by Rafinha. And very well defended indeed at the back post. I think Araujo was coming around the back. Now Lamine for Barca. Curling effort. Oh, and the keeper didn't really see that till late. Barca want a handball. Don't think they're going to get it. And Arsenal was given in the first half. Maybe everything will be appealed now by Barcelona. We must be careful tracking back here. That looks offside to me. We're going to play on though. This is Morales. Oh, brilliant save by Joan Garcia. What a stop. And the flag does indeed go up. Our referee's just asked Joan Garcia to pause here. He was well offside. Line was held well. They'd gone beyond halfway at Barcelona. This was the appeal for a penalty then. Yeah, you can see why. Well, does that go off his chest though? I think it does. Either way, it hasn't been given. Here's Olmo. Pedri. Balde. Over Ferran, or just behind him, I should say, and Manuel Sanchez didn't really know what was behind him, so stuck it out for a throw-in. You can see Jules Koundé, Fermin Lopez warming up. It's actually gone out for a corner. Lamine taken short to Rafinha. Lamine Yamal. This is Pedri. Nice from Pedri. Oh, brilliant from Pedri. He has rifled that in and gives Barcelona life here early into the second half. Levante 2, Barca 1, and it's Pedri who gives us lift-off at the Ciutat de València. So Barca get exactly what the doctor ordered. They get their goal very early into the second half. Through a crowd of players, he has rifled that in as Pedri. Did it take a nick along the way? I'm not so sure it did. That's a wickedly clean strike by Pedri. No chance for Pablo Campos in goal. And Barca have hope. Well, whenever a team is 2-0 down at half-time, you always say, get an early goal in the second half, and then who knows? Well, that's exactly what Barcelona have got here. A very early goal at that. Not even played 49 or 50 minutes, I should say. Maybe Barcelona needed a moment of magic like that. They've got one now, haven't they? And who else, really, but Pedri. This is Pedri again, and the goal scorer. The man who has injected life into Barcelona away from home. Rafinha now. Gavi. Back to Pedri. Thought about it, then filtered the pass through to Eric Garcia. Well, does that just put some doubt into the Levante players' minds? It may well do. This is Rafinha now coming in. And well, imagine if Barca got a second immediately. Araujo did well tracking back on that occasion. Cubarsí now. All eyes on this man, Pedri. He's broken the lock here. This is Eric Garcia. Now Lamine Yamal. Drives it his man. Doesn't beat him again, Manuel Sanchez. Massive flawless him. He's done ever so well so far. Corner taken, or will it be taken by Lamine? No, he's going to leave Rafinha to swing it in. Barca get the big man up from the back then. Reminder, the goal that Barca scored did indeed come from a corner. It was a corner taken short. This time they're going to swing into the box, so try and catch Levante out. It's in by Rafinha, and it's 2-2! This time he does get on the score sheet, Ferran Torres. Within 7 minutes of the second half, Barcelona are all the way back. Well, this is remarkable. The comeback kings of last season have started this campaign as they mean to go on. 2 quick-fire goals from Pedri, and now Ferran Torres have us all square. Parity is restored away from home. And life is back into the veins of Barcelona. Second game in a row that he scores now, Ferran. He's making a habit of that. That's what he wants from him as a number 9. And we're back underway at 2-2. Well, what a response from Barcelona in this second half. Exactly what Hansi Flick would have demanded at half-time. They know they've got it in their locker. They know they need to step up in this second half. And now it's 2-2 already. Well, what must be going through the Levante players' minds? More on that in a moment, because they're in behind here. Well, could be another dramatic twist in this tale. Just past Morales. Joan Garcia saves. Well, this is a crazy game here in just match week 2 in LALIGA. Now Manuel Sanchez hacked away by Araujo. That was onside, by the way. Would have counted. Just too heavy to Morales in the pass. Here they come again. Manuel Sanchez. Oh, and is it 3-2? No, it isn't. Well, Joan Garcia scrambling saves it. Barcelona in patches at the back, it must say. All too easy for Levante. Look how much space. I think it was Brugué there is in. Way too easy. And Barcelona survive. Well, end-to-end, crazy stuff. What's the Levante approach now? That's another question here, because they've tried sitting in. They've already conceded twice. Lamine Yamal's beaten Manuel Sanchez then. Still Lamine. Can he get his shot away? Yes, he does. Goes through a crowd of players, and it's hacked clear. Both goals, by the way, from corners for Barca. Lamine Yamal. Just puts his foot on the ball, slows things down. I'm not sure that's what Barcelona need right now. Maybe they need to speed things up, keep things intense, because they've got Levante where they want them now. Pedri. This is Gavi. Now Lamine again. Oh, so ever so nearly comes to Olmo. Missed it on the first time, it was bounced off and went out for a goal kick. Well, by the way, we've not even played 10 minutes of the second half. Already back where we started. And that would have counted, by the way. He was onside there. Garcia played him on. I must say, that is such a golden opportunity for Levante too. If that pass is right, I think it was... it was, wasn't it? Ivan Romero who got him behind. He just needed to square that for Morales. There's a tap in the middle. It's quite an easy pass too. He got it all wrong though. Got it way in front of him. By the time it fell to the feet of Morales, the angle was far too tight. Pedri, the opener. And the man who got the opening goal for Barcelona today. Valde inside again to Pedri. Oh, and just too heavy for Olmo, who couldn't quite control in the channel there, the half space. It's where Flick would have asked him to be at half-time. His rocket, though, has put Barca back on course here. And Flick will be hoping his team don't stop at this. They need more than just the 2 goals back. Well, a positive for Levante in this one is that they know they can get in behind Barcelona. They've got in behind on several occasions. They've really threatened that offside line. That was a clear push. It was Della who committed the foul. This is Gavi. Now Eddie Garcia. Back to Gavi. Now Araujo. Kubarsi. Lamine Yamal. Poked away from him. This is Gavi again. Pedri. Oh, nice from Pedri. Finds Olmo. Overload is on the left-hand side. With Rafinha. And now Balde. Right decision, I think, not to cross first time. There's too many Levante shirts in there. Now Olmo does drift it in. There's the header. And Eddie Garcia either side of Campos. That's 3-2. He knows it too. Lovely dink into the middle. Oh, player of Eddie Garcia's quality from there. You almost would have expected him to score. Kubarsi had to get rid, does get rid. Well, Levante has seen enough. They're going to ring the changes. There's Lewandowski, by the way, who's now joined the warm-up. Oh, nice flicker on the corner. Gavi's going to come over and mop things up, though, for Barca. And now Pedri, tight angle this, though. Must be careful here, Pedri. Must be very careful. Looked like he was fouled. He was fouled. Well, Carlos Alvarez is going to come on here for Levante. Played the last 5 minutes in the defeat against Deportivo Alaves on match week 1. He was a regular in the Segunda División last season, though. Very highly thought of by the fans. This is Rafinha. That's gone over. Ferran. Lamin's going to retrieve it on the far side, though. Lamine Yamal for Barcelona. Oh, good tackle from Eddie Garcia. Oh, it's been given as a foul, though. Well, it was a risky tackle the way he went about it, I think, is what you would say. But I think he got the ball. I think he really did get the ball. So then, Morales is off. His return to top flight football is over. At home, at least. He has got a goal. Penalty that he won. His shot blocked by the hands of Balde. And a standing ovation here for the legend that is Jose Luis Morales. Carlos Alvarez, though, fresh legs, fresh energy. It's exciting for those Levante fans. 22-year-old right winger. I wonder whether he'll come over to the right-hand side now, actually. Yeah, I think he will. Yeah, Brugge is going to come to the left. That makes more sense from a Levante point of view. And we're going to shuffle things up in the front three. And more to think about for Barcelona then, tracking back. As that is indeed more pace on the breakaway. Koubarsi wins that header. That's Alvarez who flicks it in behind, and it's going all the way through to Joan Garcia. Pedri tells everyone to just calm things down. Barca have got their equalizer. Now they want their third. This is a game the Blaugrana will be desperate for 3 points in. They want to start off their title defence in the best possible way. Eddie Garcia. That's a really good ball back to Lamine Yamal here. Good link out on the right-hand side. Lamine, what can he produce? Lamine. I think he wanted to find Ferran. So many bodies coming in, though. Araujo. Koubarsi. Pedri. Balde. Back now to Koubarsi. Such a frantic start to the second half. We've only played an hour of football here, still half an hour to go. Already 2 goals in this second period from Barcelona. Not had any for 8 minutes, though. They scored 2 within 7 to start the second period. Pedri started the scoring. Ferran has got the second. Oh, good play again. Can Balde get in behind? It's going to be a goal kick. Really good tracking by Tolian. Seems a pretty shrewd acquisition, doesn't he, Tolian, at right wing back. This one kicked long by Pablo Campos. Araujo got his head in there. I'm not sure it came off his head in the end. This is Olmo looking for Rafinha. It's just not going to run through to him, though. Well, Levante have found their bearings again, haven't they, after the 2 goals. Oh, careful there, Joan Garcia. Did well sweeping off his line. It's a new form of goalkeeping he has to adapt to, Joan Garcia, this season. It should be a Barca ball, it will be. Levante fans enjoyed that, though, from their captain, Pablo Martinez. This is Pedri. When is the next breakthrough coming for Barca? Is it coming? Ferran, maybe now. Ferran. Well, he ran all the way through and in the end hacked clear by the goalkeeper. Now Lamine Yamal. This is where he likes it, Lamine. Lamine looks for the angle, finds it. Still Lamine. Balde. Back to Barcelona's number 10 then. His cross in, it's not going to beat the first man. And it goes out for a Levante throw-in. He maybe just ran into a bit too much traffic there, I think, Lamine. He's probably worth either dinking it in first time or shooting early, or even playing in the overlap early to Eddie Garcia. I think once he'd taken a few extra touches there, he was only ever running into blue and red shirts. Just saying, Levante seem to have found their feet again after a really difficult first 5, 6, 7 minutes to the second half, in which they conceded 2 goals and really had their lead blown. But this is not done yet, and I still feel that if they were to get a draw here, they'd be very happy with that, would Levante. Barcelona certainly wouldn't. Even from 2-0 down, this team would have aspirations to get all 3 points here. They'll need all 3 points if they want to defend their title crown. Pedri. This is Balde now. Gavi. Lamine Yamal. Pedri for Barcelona. So little space there, and you can see that just becoming a problem again for Barcelona, and credit to them for scoring 2 goals from corners, because that's when more space appeared, really. They played with a much quicker tempo in the first 5 to 10 minutes, certainly when this goal came about from Pedri. Levante have managed to slow them down again, though, since. Well, he's been the one, Pedri, hasn't he? Just dictating, orchestrating everything good Barcelona have produced. Truly is one of the great football players currently worldwide, it must be said. He's just so good. Didn't look at Levante throw to me, I must say. And again, Barcelona fans and players, fans are right there in that corner. They can't believe that's a Levante throw-in. As it were, just chipping away some reasonable time here, Levante. Just slowing things down. This is exactly what they'll need. You can see there the players almost on their hands and knees. They need some air in them. That's a positive sign for Barcelona, though. In fact, this one's going to be launched in from a throw-in. Elga Zabala's gone up from the back, so here we go. And it's a pretty deep throw-in too. The flick-on's there, and that was really important, that from Cubarsí, a vital touch. And then he worked to perfection for Levante. Barcelona switched off to it, Cubarsí didn't. Cubarsí again then. Can Barcelona put things up a gear? Can they find the 3rd goal? And bring themselves all the way back in this one. Here's Araujo. Now Eddie Garcia. Still plenty of names warming up for Barcelona. Just off the top of my head, Lewandowski, Fermin, Koundé. Here they come again then, Barca. Oh, Olmo just left that one behind. Thought he was clearly fouled. And referee gives that one instead. Oh, I can't believe it. Well, how was he given the second one, not the first one? Didn't even look like Gavi made a foul on the second one, it must be said to me. It's not a foul, he gets the ball, Gavi. That's a clear foul on Olmo. Can't believe he's not given that. It's a clear one. He has to spot it. As it was, Oriol Reyes still down here. As we have now reached the midway point in the second half. Barca take it as a chance to get some fluids on your shoulders. Levante players will take this as a chance to get their breath back too. Saw a few of them huffing and puffing a few moments ago. He there, Ferran Torres, currently the team's top scorer this season. 2 goals, 2 in 2 games now. This corner from Rafinha. That finish there from him from close range. So often nothing the keeper can do when it's that close to him. He did ever so well, Ferran. He had a man holding him, but he held it up well, didn't he? Good volleyed finish. And he thanks Rafinha for playing him in. He'll want even more service though, Ferran. He'll want even more played into him. Well, Oriol Reyes is still down here. I think he's got a bit of a whack actually once he fell. Yeah, he's got quite the gash actually under his lip there, yeah. And he may have to leave the field here. Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. Change incoming. And it doesn't look like a muscle injury. It purely looks at the fact that Oriol Reyes got a slit under his lip, and just on his chin, which in theory you should be able to easily patch up and play on. We'll have a wait and see what the medical staff and the coaching staff decide. As it were, that's taken up a good chunk of time, it must be said, which you'd imagine will be added on at the end of the 90. Either way, this one kicked long then. Gavi felt he was fouled, he was. Pedri keen to get things started for Barcelona. But Oriol Reyes still getting treatment, so Levante right now playing with 10. Can Barca capitalise? Lamine Yamal trying to do just that. Still Lamine, space is appearing for Barcelona. Lamine Yamal, Pedri. Now Balde, Rafinha's down the line. Here is the Brazilian Rafinha. Into the back post, where Ferran's waiting! Oh, and he couldn't get it into the far corner. Hung up in the air for him, and you just thought he was going to be able to steer that in. You almost need to take the drift off of those. And that actually makes it easy enough for the goalkeeper. He needs to head it down into the corner, make it hard for the keeper to get down to, and he doesn't. And he knows just what a good chance that was. And Barcelona very nearly took advantage of Levante being temporarily down to 10 men. This is quite a precarious situation, this now. And the referee is still saying to wait. He now says, come on. Now Lamine. Levante back to 11 men then. Ferran. Well, there you have it. Back to 11 men and back to safety. Araujo though. Maybe now Barcelona elect to up the tempo once more. They need their 3rd goal. Rafinha. His ball falls to Lamine Yamal. Lamine pauses, stands up his man. Tries to find the gap, just find the gap, and when he got it back. Well, I'm not sure whether that was a cross or a shot. In the end, it's come back into Ferran. And it goes over again. Well, he's making a nuisance of himself in the 6-yard box, Ferran Torres. I think Lamine wanted to go for goal. And Barca earn themselves a corner here. 2 more changes coming up for Levante. 3 more changes for Levante then. We'll have those shortly for you. First up, we've got a Barca corner. The same corner they've scored twice from so far. One played to the edge that Pedri lashed in. The other, Ferran, tucked in from close range. Can Barca make it 3 times lucky? In by Rafinha. Easy enough really for Campos, who slaps it clear. And now they can come away with it, or can they? Because Pedri, ever so well, wins it back. Eric Garcia, this is Dani Olmo. And his low drive is easy for the goalkeeper. Rafinha was desperate to have the ball deep to him at the back post there, wasn't he? That's a save that Campos should be making there. Olmo firing through a crowd. Didn't really get enough purchase on it. Well, you can feel those Levante players tiring, can't you? And that's why the 3 changes are coming up here. They need that, no doubt about that. Gavi. This is Pedri. Rafinha. Lamine Yamal. Tried a clever first-time flick. I must give huge credit to Manuel Sanchez. I thought he's done an excellent job of containing Lamine Yamal on the left-hand side for Levante. It really has. Well, they want their chainers to the Levante fans. Not going to get them yet. Gavi, Lamine Yamal. This time does skip away from Manuel Sanchez, who's now back in position. Still Lamine. And still deflection, corner. And now the chainers will come. Or maybe Levante will say, actually, no, not whilst defending a corner yet. Indeed, that's what they have said. So they'll actually wait for these to come on. And so after this situation has finalised, another Barca corner. In by Olmo. Over Gavi. And now, finally, Iker, Pampin and Espi are all going to come on here for Levante. Triple change then. Goal scorer, Ivan Romero, is going to come off, number 9. First goal in the Spanish top flight. And in fact, this will actually serve as a chance to have a water break too. So then, triple change for Levante. Iker Lozada is one of the players who comes on. For Barcelona now then, just over 15 minutes to try and rescue 3 points here. You can hear there. Well, that was some fascinating insight there. The manager was saying, look, the worst has already happened. They've already drawn against us. Now we need to believe. You had several players chiming in there saying, come on, believe in ourselves, we have to fight. They're saying we're going to play on the counter-attack. Araujo off, Christensen on, that's one change already. Lewandowski is going to come on here too for Barcelona. So 2 more subs coming up for Hansi Flick. I wonder who Lewandowski comes on for. Is that for Ferran Torres? It's for Balde. Well, there you go. So Hansi Flick throwing absolutely everything at this. And well, let's just see how Barca line up here. Can you imagine if Ferran will be up front with Lewandowski? I suppose Rafinha will try and help out Cubarsí, who will almost cover the whole left flank. Now Barca are going to throw the absolute kitchen sink at Levante for the last 15 minutes. And, well, Levante said they're going to try and play on the counter-attack. Just confirmation of the Levante changes. Brugué, Romero and Manuel Sanchez are off. Pampin, Iker and Espia on. So Manuel Sanchez, who did so well in dealing with Lamine Yamal, now off the pitch. Let's see how the man who's come on for him does in dealing with the Barcelona's number 10. Gavi. Lamine Yamal. Back to Eddie Garcia. Lamine again. And in the end, well recovered there. And well cleared too, although it only falls to Pedri. Pedri for Barcelona. Cubarsí. Gavi, nice ball through a gap to Ferran. Now Olmo. Robert Lewandowski. Pedri. Is it the Lewandowski show late on? Cubarsí. Rafinha to Olmo. Who's going to be the hero for Barcelona? Is there a Barcelona hero tonight? Pedri. Wide now for Eddie Garcia. This is Lamine again. It's ever so congested in there. Lamine. Risky ball out. It's going to fall to the number 10 again. Olmo. Dani Olmo. I think it was going wide anyway. It was blocked away. Eddie Garcia. Knew Olmo would be there, so played it into him. You can still see those tired Levante legs. They've got 3 new sets, fresh pair of legs on now, though. This is Ferran. His cross in is well steered clear. Rafinha, who's almost playing as a left wing back now. He'll be whipping those balls in from the left-hand side. This is Gavi. Lamine likewise from the right. Lamine. Gavi almost left the ball behind. He's won it back though, Lamine Yamal. Still Lamine. A little bit of a hug between each other. This is Pedri. Got a yard of space, did Pedri. Can he get a ball in? No, well defended, really well defended, Pablo Martinez. Corner for Barcelona then. We maybe are starting to believe Christensen stayed back, the only one who stayed back for Barcelona. Everyone else has gone into the box. Again, it's Rafinha who now has the armband on, who's gone over to take. In by Rafinha. Options at the back post. There were many options at the back post. In the end, it comes off Ferran's head and goes out for a throw-in. Well, Barcelona scored their second goal at minute 52. Maybe there'll be some frustration that from minute 52 to 80, they haven't been able to get a third. Game just changed, didn't it? It's got slower. I'm not sure what's happening there between Ferran and Flick. Let's see, he's taking something off his face. Good to see that relationship's flourishing. Pedri finds a way through to Olmo. Now Lamine Yamal. Clock strikes 80 at the Ciutat de València. Pedri. Gavi in space. Glorious from Gavi. Finds Lamine Yamal. Pull back sharp to Rafinha. Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski. Is that a penalty? Looked like it to me. He's not given it. Well, all sorts happening here. Levante first of all wanted a free kick themselves, and then Barcelona wanted a penalty. I must say, this will be checked. The worry is that even if VAR look, they're going to claim that was a foul before any of this even happened. I mean, there's absolutely nothing in that to be given as a penalty, it must be said. That is ridiculous from Dela. It really is. What is he doing rolling around on the floor? And then Lewandowski, how slick with this? That's a penalty. He's been chopped down by El Guezabal. Look at that there. It's a clear penalty. Are they going to give it though, or are they going to claim it's a free kick first? Of course he hasn't. That's incredible. Never in doubt really, was it? Hernandez. Looked as though that might have been the breakaway for Barcelona. Levante haven't really had the ball for the last 5 minutes. They now do get a touch on it, but it's all Barcelona. Well, how Pedri manages to keep hold of the ball in these situations truly is remarkable. Barca fans doing all they can to urge their team on. Andreas Christensen up to Eddie Garcia now. This is Lamine. Yet to have a true moment of magic from him tonight. Ferran. Gavi. There's no room really for Barcelona to play through, it must be said. It's just so congested in there. Makes building up really tricky. And watch out here. Was he onside? I'm not sure. He wasn't. He's kicked the ball away too, which won't go penalised, I'm sure. No, yep. It's tight, it's very tight. I must say, I thought in live time it was tighter than they were making out to be. And he seemed adamant he was offside. Not sure he was. Always played to the whistle. Eric Garcia. Now Lamine Yamal. Options inside. One of them is Dani Olmo. Needs the natural width on the left-hand side, but Rafinha's having to track that whole channel now. Lewandowski back to goal, does well with it. Still Lewandowski, he's been absolutely battered in there. Referee said nothing. It's going to fall to Rafinha though. Rafinha for Barcelona, strikes! And it doesn't go in. What a save by Pablo Campos in goal. Bounced off him. Took a massive wicked deflection and he was on hand to deny the Brazilian. This is Lamine Yamal then. Twisting, turning, Lamine Yamal! Oh, he tries something outrageous to the back post. He's adamant that someone needed to be there to get on the end of that little dink to the back post. No one was. Just thought this strike for Rafinha was going to end in goal. What a save. I mean, I don't know if he knew much about it, the goalkeeper. Takes a wicked deflection off him. Oh, it's so nearly an own goal. Oh, and aren't Levante lucky it isn't an own goal. Another change coming up here, is it for Barcelona? Yes, it is. Koundé on, Eric Garcia off. Barca's final change. Recently renewed with the club then, Jules Koundé. Tolian, not had as much license to go roaming in the second half as he did in the first. Levante with some rare possession then. Just hoofed upfield and rightfully so. First bit of work for Koundé to deal with. He does deal with it. Although watch out here because Levante are in behind again. And that's a wicked cross to the back post which has gone wayward in the end. It was Pampin who was driving forward from a left wing back. Another change coming up then for Levante, their final change. Both teams now made 5 out of 5 then. Tolian is off. Fans have enjoyed his signing so far. Goal in match week 1, assist in match week 2. He's making a name for himself from right wing back. And he's replaced by Vitor Garcia, who was the only player to drop out of the starting 11 from last week's defeat to this weekend's game. Koundé, Lamine Yamal. Gavi, Barcelona now really probing. Lamine, what a ball to Olmo. Dani Olmo, this is Ferran. He's got bundled to the floor, Koundé. He struck it wide. Absolute mess in there, absolute chaos. I just wonder whether Olmo could have flicked it round first time. Wait for it here, because Ferran's coming in. Once he does take the touch and then try and flick it, Levante bodies are back. And even then from Koundé, could he have laid off Lewandowski or Rafinha? Well, we're looking for potential penalty here. Don't think anything's going to be given for that, I must say. They are checking. No, nothing's doing. Play on. Up from Campos. Gavi. That foul to me. Again, Pedri, as ever, comes away with the ball and somehow gets out from a ridiculously tight gap. And now Barca can break with Koundé, with Lamine Yamal. Is this the moment for Barcelona? Lamine. Oh, Lewandowski was inside. He couldn't quite take it in his stride. Gavi retrieves. In by Gavi. Easy clearance, though. It was Vitor Garcia who got in there that time. Koundé now. Ferran's making the option down the line. Koundé swings it to the back post. It's not a great ball, though. It's going to go all the way out. I'm not sure he needed to do that, Koundé. Could have just calmed things down. Well, Barcelona now staring down the barrel of drop points on match week 2. Not what they would have wanted. There's still 2.5 minutes to go, though. Plus stoppage time, which there should be a hefty amount. We've had the quite long-term injury to Oriol Rey, plus the drinks break, all the substitutions, goals. Lamine, Koundé, Lamine. Oh, he was fouled. He was clearly fouled. Free kick right on the edge. I knew what he was doing as well. The substitute Pampin. And all credit to him, he had to make it there and not in the area because it was getting dangerous. Yeah, chops him down. Must be said, this is a very, very appetizing position for Barcelona, and this is a really big moment early on to their season here. Who is going to take this? You'd imagine Rafinha's the most likely. Well, if Rafinha scores this, he truly would paint himself as the hero tonight. Campos desperately trying to organise his ward. Rafinha deep in conversation. Koundé's giving him some advice, as is Dani Olmo. Let's see what Rafinha's got up his sleeve then. The Brazilian just outside the penalty area. Strikes, he dinked it, it's blocked. Cubarsí on the turn. And Levante survive for now. Pedri then. Oh, they've gone down. Well, there you go. He's had a whack here, Dela. And well, why wouldn't you go down, I suppose, 2-2 with Barcelona? Makes sense in all fairness. Still frustrating for Barcelona. He took a whack to the midriff, didn't he? And it does hurt. Can't be denied. Here we go then. Big question. How much time has been added on? Should be quite the amount. 7 minutes. It's not bad. Pedri. Koundé left it for Lamine. Got away from him on the first touch. Recovers it on the second. Lamine Yamal. Now Pampin's done just as well as Manuel Sanchez has done. Those clearances really poor. Gavi. Christensen. Look how many bodies there are around the penalty area. It's just ridiculous. There's no room to manoeuvre. Lamine. What a cross that is! It's gone in! Barcelona have snatched a late winner here at Levante. I think it's an own goal in the end. It was Lamine Yamal's tantalising cross that caused all the chaos, and it ends up in the back of the net. Barcelona, the comeback kings, have done it again under Hansi Flick. And in just match week 2 of the league season, we have drama. Well, that sort of ball at this stage in the game, anything can happen. And that's exactly what's happened here. Heads go up, bodies go in there. And for Barcelona, it is dreamland. 2-0 down, now 3-2 up. Lamine will get the plaudits. It's an own goal in the end. What a cross that is. I think it's off Elguezabal in the end, the final touch. It's agony and despair for Levante. It's delight and euphoria for Barcelona, who now have some 6 minutes of stoppage time to hold on to a golden 3 points in La Liga. It just dropped into that top corner, and you just knew. Really tough one to take for the home team, who've absolutely battled to the last here tonight. And they still have time. 7 minutes added on in total. We've probably only played one of those. But we're back underway here, and Barcelona are now more than all the way back. They've taken the lead for the first time in the game. Olmo, Lamine, can Barca kill Levante off? Lamine. No, they can't. Gavi. Lamine. Pampin felt he was fouled. I don't think he was. Referee says nothing wrong with it. Olmo, not sure he knew he was getting the give and go. He does get it now. Pedri. Barca just need to slow things down, keep hold of the ball. Nothing silly now. It is a remarkable second half comeback, it really is. And look at those Barcelona fans in the corner. They are jumping for joy. Ball over the top. Rafinha's playing at left back, by the way, and Barca are out of subs. So they can't change it. They've got to put up with what they've got. They've got almost every attacker in the squad on the pitch right now. Christensen. That's a silly foul, really silly foul. Pretty lucky not to get booked there, XD, it must be said. I'm not sure what he was doing. He left one in late on Christensen. It's champions luck though, isn't it? The own goal in the 92nd minute. Often in football, you make your own luck. For Levante, it really is a tough break. They conceded in the 92nd minute against Alaves when they were just seconds away from a draw. Away from home, they've conceded late on here, although watch out, they're in behind. And Gavi to the rescue. Brilliant from Gavi. Absolutely superb from him. Exactly what Barca needed, and that's what he's in the side to do. That was marvellous. And the Barca fans appreciate that. They're making some noise in the corner tonight, it must be said. Short of the shorter trips in the Liga, it must be said, but wait. Well, they've made themselves heard. Now, Levante here are in quite a difficult position because they've left everything out on the pitch, and now that they're behind, from what I'm seeing, they don't have much energy to get themselves back into it. They look flat out on their feet out there. Christensen with some tracking back to do, does it well. Barca need to stay alert, need to stay switched on here. 90 seconds to go. Christensen again does his job, does it very well indeed. Falls to Olmo now. Barca can play upfield into the corner flag and they'll be away. Rafinha back into Olmo. What a good impact Dani Olmo's made in the second half of Barca. Really, really smart. Rafinha's long field switch. It was a decent idea, but it's ended up back in the goalkeeper's hands, which is not where Barca want the ball, not at this stage. Well, the ball floated over the top. It's too heavy, though. It's too heavy indeed, and it's easy for Juan Garcia to gobble up. Jules Koundé. Pedri, Barca so nearly there, so nearly have a golden 3 points to continue their start to the league season. Olmo, nice flick that. Lewandowski, he's made good impact since coming on too. Free kick to Barcelona. Olmo suffered a chipped tooth last year, didn't he? I think one of his teeth fell out actually, and I think he was just a bit worried that the same thing had happened. I don't think it has. Seconds now then for Barca before they seal their second straight victory to start the league campaign. Before that, Rafinha's ball over the top is just too heavy for Ferran, who can't keep it in. One last attack then for Levante. Long by Pablo Campos. Header from Gavi. Pedri, superb. Rafinha just as good. And Barcelona look as though they're home and dry. Gavi. Well, all the goal, the celebrations have given us an extra minute at least here, as you can see. Nearly at the minute 98 now. Not far from midnight here in Spain. And there you have it, the whistle blows, and Barcelona have beaten Levante by 3-2 away from home in just the second match week in La Liga. The champions have shown exactly what they're all about. They were 2-0 down at half-time. They looked in despair, but Pedri was the orchestrator of absolutely everything. A wonder goal on the edge of the area to make it 2-1. Moments later, Ferran equalised, and then was one of the last kicks of the game. A delightful Lamine Yamal cross, steered into his own net by El Getamal, has given Barca all 3 points here. A dramatic victory means it ends Levante 2, Barcelona 3.